And burials. Sometimes I can smell you on a pillow in a city you don't know, on a train, a kiosk, on the collar of my jacket, all the places you've been or not. It's hard to know with you, you so slippery and porous. What if I did a backflip, stopped drinking entirely, took a liquid strike? Would you come find me? If I took a vow of silence or of never smelling again? Funny how there's no word for that. I guess we really are powerless against it. So instead, I get nauseous on the train, this shadow and her stench. The funny thing about loss is the inflection point, where you've lost longer than you had, or a trailing off, missing the train, this intense deja vu, a lack of certainty, when you aren't even sure if you ever did wake up next to them. Did you ever kiss? Did you love them? Do you now? From the other side of the river Styx, deep in the belly of the beast, are you still covered in their loose hairs, their sweat and saliva? Has it dried up, evaporated by so many moons? Am I missing or am I waiting? Are you kissing me at stop signs? Have we fucked for the last time, unwittingly? It was your birthday the other day. Soon it'll be mine too. It will be your birthday again soon. And this is the only place to say it, the only way to hear it or read it, I suppose. Whatever. You get my point. You always did. Maybe you still do. Who's to say? I'm still hung up on your birthday. How I can't call, say hello. The words exist, but not the space. Who would bear witness or the burden? There are no wires, postal codes, carrier pigeons, smoke signals, postcards, WhatsApps, no inks, binary codes, Morse codes, no pathogen or virus, no super deep space probe or satellite, just an endless horizon, flickering, maybe. Somewhere in the distance, I gesture vaguely. I try to untangle myself from myself, like a stumble, like I always stumble. My friends say it's how they know it's a party. You're still worming around in there, between rocks and the bramble, a rock and a crunchy place. That's where you'll find me, not that you're looking. I liked it when you pressed up against me, let me hold you after a long day, full and leaking. You'd found me in hopes of something we should probably talk about, but later, always later. You were always too full and sinewy, too full of bone, rearranging yourself, always moving, always moving. But where did you go? Can I sing to you? Send you a song on a Tuesday? Can I write you a poem again? I'm making inroads in the lowlands where the stairs are steep and everyone is a polyglot, except you. Well, except me too, but that's beside the point. The last moment usually happens and you don't even know it. A final reckoning unreckoned with, just as potent as everything else, but empty in a way you'll soon recognize. Like my bad poetry, spoiling as it hits the page, rotted to the core by the time I get back from this fantasy, dead by the time I leave this cafe inside the museum. These pages drunk on condensed water and chilly winds rolling across my back as feet shuffle in and out, more pathetic by the minute. Do you still have too many TVs, the ones you never used, cheap decorations of the life you're trying so hard to make? Is your freezer still full, your spice rack sliding down, still perennially late? What did you think about out on that balcony, cold and windy after I came clean? Did you strategize again? The secret is we are all holding each other defined by our loves, constructed. The secret is how we all lose our shape, become untangled, loose in the waves. Loose, lost. The last way to connect through the lost and the loss, where I still find you shaping the caverns, the mine shafts and deep passages, networks of connection created through negative space, lost space. How you find yourself in the dark, how you define and value the space inside you, solid or not. Now the words just float around in my head. Now that you've left, now I haven't spoken to anyone all day, except the waiters and gallery sitters. Now that you've left, now there are no rebounds or boundary crossings that define my shape, so I become like water, since I can. Therapy without the therapist, or the story of your uselessness in a land before time or where it's been forgotten. Please don't take my words to heart. I'll always love you. Still find a place for you, rearrange the furniture like my grandaunt did, but with considerably less smoke. No choking this time. I just needed to smash a few plates, open the walls, spray the mold, freeze dry it all, and close the book, or choose to close it. Sky burials seem nice. A gentle mist dissipated, like when I was a child and finally understood the importance of the defroster, the importance of a soft melody and softer voices, the importance of you and me, all of our nights together and apart. How much I asked you to sacrifice, even as I stood empty-handed at your parents' door that first time. How your father worried but loved me instantly. I want to be that mist again, elusive as always, but with fewer demands. A soft enveloping, wet on your skin as you get lost with me again. You can keep my words. Even hidden in a drawer, they are yours. As above, so below, but that's rarely the case. Where did your body go, my dear friend? We scoured for innovative plans, forgetting that you too had a family. Something so remote, a feeling of betrayal as I sat in the front row, blurting out obscenities as this preacher spoke, backgrounded by a piano so lush. Where did your body go, my brother, so I may find you and weep? I wrote this for you, but we all know it's really for me. Another selfish gesture, a groping, abusive, and hostile. Maybe the words are too ugly, maybe you won't care. There's really just no way to know. Like when you got so drunk, you cried in my lap, argued and screamed when you said you loved me completely and could we please just fuck? Your distance moving faster than a horde of locusts the size of Texas. Did you watch my knees buckle as he told me about you? In Sedona, in November, in the sunshine? To this day, it makes me weep. 10 hours of abject nothing as we drove home, as I had to pass on the news. Not even a chance to laugh with infinity. Nothing but nothing. 34A, same seat there and back. Somehow. I'm sure I planned it. I just don't remember. Never the same river, never the same seat. Cleansed by a bridge being raised or a bloodletting. A twist to relieve this pinch, the space where I felt you and now no longer do. A memory trapped in my body, cleansed by a bloodletting. I hope there is happiness at your door, and a baby for you soon, out of the dark, and a soft release like that crushed velvet in your pup, and a body to take you to Mars, and empathy as you grieve, and the empty man who loves games and has the same schedule, and security with the boy you soothe, and a home for your babies not built on sand in the flatlands, and clarity for you who still lurks in the gloomy trees, and ease in your bones high in the clouds, and a hand on the small of your back as we wait in line, and a deep breath. And this is what I'm left with: prayers and manifestations, glimpses, ghosts, and attempts at conversation. Like water over rocks, under roots and through caverns, flowing, flowing, always. You can always touch it, but never hold. It is far too smooth, like wet, too silky and porous. Yet you will try, because it feels so good, or at least it feels.